Okay. Hello to everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining to this one. These sessions are, the goal of these sessions is to make it visible all the work we are developing from the network of CityWise, but also to connect with local projects, local communities, and try to find synergies between different projects. Sebastiano?
Let's begin.
Yeah, I think it's quite late. Today we will have 5 projects from different places.
We can just sum up, how it works. Again,
Sí,
I don't know, 5 minutes each project, and then half an hour debate. Okay.
And then we are just about to start because it's quite late. We will start with Jordi with the Matrimonia 3 or threesome, we could say. Then United with Pablo and Maria. Postmedia for Commons Architecture with Julia. And Digital Autonomy with Alfonso and Pascual. And Plaza Fest with Julie. And this is it. If you want to start.
English? You feel more comfortable.
Which is this one, Jordi?
Sí. No, espera.
Hay una PowerPoint.
¿Esta? No, presentación.
Okay.
Jordi. Creo que sí.
Sí, pones la y te voy diciendo y vas pasando.
¿Cómo era aquí?
Aquí, ¿no? Vale, pues os voy a hablar de un proyecto que es Matrimonia 3. No es un ménage à trois, porque Matrimoni tiene un nivel de compromiso un poco superior. Pero, sorry, I speak in English, no?
Yes.
Okay, my presentation is English, Spanish, Catalan, so you learn many things. It's not I don't work necessarily in civic innovation, but I'm interested in your feedback, so I can maybe include in this project a new perspective. And I will start by explaining what I do. So what I basically do, I help or I accompany the creative and the social sector to meet their purpose and viability. So next. So that's who I am. And basically my background is I am an entrepreneur, and I also have a management background and a cultural or social point of view that I merge. So this helps me to do what I told you, is to help these organizations in the creative or social sector to meet their purpose and their viability, their economic viability. And I do this directly with these companies. You can go to the next. I do it with the companies, but I also do it through administrations that have programs. I help them to develop programs to help these organizations. So very simply, what I've been doing is to take my business knowledge and try to bring these skills to creative and social organizations. Okay. And so I was kind of saying, oh, you creative people and people worried with social things, you don't know nothing about how to deal with organization. But so I'm going to tell you how it works. But then I realized that there's been a change also in the traditional businesses, and they are more and more taking new approaches that somehow we can find in the social and in the creative sector. So I realized that maybe, go to the next, I could do the opposite path, no? So take creative and social skills into the business organization, no? Traditional businesses. Next. Okay, so that's when it comes Matrimonia 3, so it's a marriage between 3. And mostly it makes sense because it's directed to the businesses, who are the people who have the money. or the organizations who usually have the money. But I realized that there are many projects that try to get innovation with social organizations, and so we can find social economy. And sometimes we have also some projects that match businesses with arts or creative organizations or artists, and they also make creative, innovative projects. But what I realized is that you need the three of them to make a real change. So we developed this idea is to bring together businesses, culture, and society into a new process for innovation that can help not only the businesses but all the three agents. That's why three marriage between three, to develop a new culture, a new innovation culture. Okay, so no, go. You can keep that. So I'm gonna just explain a little bit this idea, and afterwards I will be glad to hear your feedback. So mostly is what we do is the business has a rentability approach, and so it brings viability to this process. The society through activists and social organizations bring motivation and values, and the artist or art collective or creative that bring disruptive gaze and also communication skills. So that's how in this process they can bring to and we can develop a culture for innovation, okay, among them. And I think I don't have much time. So the idea at the end is that we can have not only applied innovation, but that we can have innovation that it's applied, but that it has sense and it has sensitivity too. And this is how we create this innovation innovation culture. Yeah. Thanks.
There is one thing, the dinner, or well, I don't know how to say it, but they will bring some food. Tell me if I'm okay, if I'm not wrong, like around 9, right?
Manolo, the dinner is coming at 9, right? No, whenever you say. So,
Sí, o sea, lo podéis traer como a las 9:15, 20:30 o algo
¿Cómo se
así.
pone? No, pestaña con...
Sí, ahí atrás. Then the thing is that we will have some food there and drinks, even if we are not finished, and just feel totally comfortable to go there, take something and eat and drink. Or drink. Pablo, vas a hablar tú, ¿no?
sí, bueno, María.
Now we have United.
Sí, pero estamos buscándolos, entonces...
Un momentito, que estamos...
Si no pasamos a otra cosa.
Sí.
Sí. Pero porque me acaban de decir que no hay mucho internet.
No, pero ¿necesitáis vídeo para presentarlo?
Sí, vamos a poner literalmente un vídeo.
Vale, pues entonces pasamos al siguiente. Okay, then Julia, if it's okay, we continue with post-media for commons architecture with Julia.
Leave the wine, please.
Lo que pasa es que necesitamos el ordenador.
Claro.
Ya, pues entonces, si no lo ponemos en YouTube.
Sí, pero es que creo que internet lo vamos a poner.
Pero tiramos de...
Cuidado.
¿Lo cargamos?
Sí. Voy a ponerlo cargando, ¿vale?
Sí, nosotros bueno, intenté antes, pues no ni podía meterme.
Espera, claro, están esperando. Lo ponemos luego por la presentación de ella y luego continuamos.
Entonces, ¿dónde estaba?
Hello. I would like to talk a little bit about my PhD research. The idea is kind of how to represent the commons architecture. I've been hanging around and you think what the fuck this girl is doing, so I decided maybe it's a good idea to talk about a little bit of myself. I've been doing an architecture magazine that's based in Turkey, and it's like for 13 years and it's still going on.
Sorry, a bit louder, please.
Okay, it is still going on. So while you are doing an architecture magazine, you just realize that it is very much easy to publish like Zaha Hadid or Norman Foster projects because they have teams of communication, PR, and all this stuff. But when you want to focus much more on the social architecture, it gets much more complicated. And we have been doing the magazine in Turkish for 4 years, and now we are trying to make it into convert it into an international website. And then the things get much more tricky because if you are publishing a project that you know of your own territory, you can say, yeah, this is good or bad. But if you are publishing a project, I don't know, in Congo, then you have no idea if that project is doing good or bad. And especially with the social impact, you have no idea. And so then I decided that I want to do a PhD so that I get a much more theoretical understanding. So the first idea was to focus much more on architecture criticism and kind of measure the impact of all these social projects. And then I made an open call for the projects that I could just like watch. I would investigate during the process. And the way I made the open call, it was, I think, extremely open. So I didn't get good, the submissions were not that good enough. And then I joined with you guys in the Glocal camp last one in Barcelona, and I just realized that having a community that's working very much focused on a specific topic would change a lot. And yeah, it was for me a very interesting experience. And then I went back to Brussels to this weather and just realized that I need to find a way to match all these means and ends, and to make, if I want to talk about social architecture and generate something I would call a post-media for that, it has to be done by many people, not just by me, like the editor-in-chief who's just deciding everything. So I kind of transformed my PhD into much more commons thinking. And all this process, I've been asked a lot, what is commons? Commons is what Wikipedia says you. It's just because Wikipedia itself is a commons. So if you don't like the definition written on Wikipedia, just go and change, and then we discuss another definition of commons. And then I have tried to map what are the main things. It's just like for example, the theory and practice, you always think they are like opposites, but how can you make a zoom in and zoom out between them? It's the same thing with the representation and redistribution, or anarchy and hierarchy, form, content, publicity, criticism, all of these things, and how you can still keep within the discipline of architecture and talk about the commons, and how can you handle the thing with the ethics and aesthetics. And the biggest question for me, how can you transform folk political practices into a big change? So this is kind of a mind map that I'm working on still. The idea is to first, if we are going to talk about commons architecture, what is the content and what is the form to represent all these commons architectures? So now actually I'm working on that part, on the content, to make it like a manifesto to be developed further. It's not like, yeah, I know what is commons architecture and that's it. This website will only have these projects. But I need to make the beginning to make people contribute. And yeah, and we need to make it in a kind of a post-media way. When I say post-media, it means that the authority of one editor is not there. The contribution of the community is more participating. And I know the architecture media itself has been like distancing itself from the normal news making or the daily newspapers and so on, but it's not like that. We have fake news in architecture media as well, so let's just accept this and let's find a way to transcend that way of making architecture magazines or architecture platforms for sharing knowledge commons, I would say. And there are already some examples like Wikitribune, which is perfect, and there are some hacks and hackers bringing together with the journalists and hackers. There are some strange blockchain guys doing stuff. I don't think they will survive, but there are some things. And this is the form. And for the content, I try to go into a bit more ethical way about the commons thinking, not to make it like co-opted. So how can we facilitate commons for a transformation into a post-capitalist society is one of the main questions. And the main question is, what role can architecture play in that transformation? Yeah, so I'm trying to kind of make main principles. So what's commons architecture? For me, now it has like 6 principles. Is practice for common good, proposes a post-capitalist living environment and experiments it, and critically engages with neoliberalism, and is open in terms of making, transforming and breaking rules, and inviting people and sharing resources, and generates knowledge commons to be shared, replicated in another locations. It's a local, and it's a critical practice. So I think it should be end. So, and the idea is kind of how to make this content and form together for building of the post-media or the knowledge commons of the commons architecture. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, and my PhD is kind of an open text where everyone can contribute. It's on now it's on paper.dropbox.com somewhere, but it can move. Yeah.
Thank you.
One more thing. This project, I don't want to do it in the. I don't want to do this project as you should do individually in academia. So it's open for the collaboration of everyone, and I think it fits perfectly with the Civic Wise. So feel free to just like, hey, I want to be in there.
We have time later for questions and debate. This now we have Maria and Pablo to talk about the United project. If you are ready, are you ready?
Yes, finally. Yo te aviso.
María.
No, más sin sonido.
Con sonido, supongo.
María, esto por abajo y aquí. Sí. Cuidado con los videitos.
Vale, ya adelanto que vamos a hacer 7 minutos exactos. Dale, porque el video dura lo que dura. The first thing that we want to try to convince you is that we have, for me, and also for Pablo, and also for Conchi, because Conchi is not here, but she's also a part of United. The thing is that we have maybe more things to do in other files. The first thing is that maybe what happens if we start to put our point of view in other styles of knowledge that are not the urbanism or cultural stuffs or whatever. What happens if we move all this knowledge to, for example, female football? And next, Pablo.
Okay. All right. So yeah, United is a female football festival, like Maria said, and well, is a tournament that happens during the pre-season. Okay, and the well, high-level clubs come to Tenerife to get ready for the Champions League. Okay, so that's a really important thing because the format of the tournament is a Champions League format, and all the pitch that they are gonna play are first level pitches, right? So that's the main thing, the tournament, but we call it a festival because there is a really important part in United, that is the social part, where it involves not just the high level clubs. It involves like local clubs and local associations too. And well,
I can.
yeah, go ahead.
So basically, the football today is a mirror of the society. So what is happening right now in a female football is happening in the society. So the thing is that what happened if we stop the very fast creation of the female football and just focus in how to create a new product that is the female football, and we protect this product because it's growing very fast with a lot of pushing with the global economy, and we are really worried about it in United. So it's not only to create the best tournament, because maybe it sounds very wow, but it's real, it's the best tournament in Europe right now.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we create the best experience for the players, and at the same time, in a participatory way, as we make the things in Civic Wise. So for us, it's very interesting if we start to share this knowledge with the community of Civic Wise, because we have really a lot of things to do from outside of the urbanism. And this is more or less the idea that we want to share, no?
Yeah.
More or less. So we have this year the best teams in Europe and also the best team in Brazil, Corinthians, for the football lovers.
Yeah, just to let you know, the teams are, well, for this year, we have the Sporting of Lisboa, where we have the UDG, Granadilla, the local team of Tenerife.
Ignatius knows a lot of Granadilla.
Spartak de Moscú, Manchester City,
Maybe Barça, I don't
maybe
know.
Barça,
We
maybe
are
Atletico.
creating- Yes,
I think that,
depends in the conversations,
yeah.
more or less.
Okay, and yeah, important thing. There is a prior tournament, okay, where the most important teams in Tenerife or in Canary, just in Tenerife or in
In Canary Islands.
Canary Islands, are gonna play to have a space in the main tournament in August. Okay.
So, as we do in Civic Wise, the global tournament is connected with the local tournament. So they have a lot of things in common just because we are a part of the governance of the project. So, shut up, we are going to put a video about how we talk about feminism inside of female football. That is something that is not happening right now in female football. Because they only talk about the salaries, but how we can add girls inside of the governance of the female and male teams. And this is the important place where we have to talk about. So, dale play. No creo que acabamos de verlo.
Dale play.
Dale play.
Espero
Tiene
que
sonido,
sí.
¿verdad?
Ah,
Venga.
Encantado de poder dirigir a chicas, a mujeres, porque la disciplina que tienen, el sacrificio, el trabajo, la responsabilidad, lo puedo hacer más femenino, aún teniendo menos medios y menos competencia.
¿Podéis verlo con sonido?
Sporting a la Champions, ¿no? La temporada.
Claro. can see more in Facebook and in English. Some of them, not all of the videos. Thank you.
So roommates.
Thank you very much. Now we have the project of digital autonomy with Pascual and Alfonso. And then after that we will have Julie, and during the debate we will have the dinner because there is already
no hay una presentación como tal, está deconstruida. Vale, entonces como... Vale, pero mira, abre ese y ese, o sea, los dos.
¿Y Pascual dónde está?
Aquí. Pascual. Esto. Vale, ¿y el PDF que te envié?
¿Cómo estamos? ¿Estamos cansados?
Vale. Venga. Voy pasando yo, Alfonso.
Ah, pero ¿te pones el este o...?
Vale, espera. Sí, es que como...
Cuidado.
Construido todo. Ya, bueno, ¿qué ponemos primero? ¿El PDF? Sí, la tabla.
No lo pongas ni micro entonces. ¿Vas a salir fuera?
No lo sé.
¿Se lo vas a hablar?
Que todo está ahí.
O sea, no sé, todo, sí, algo dirá.
Todo está abierto.
Vale, pero cuidado con el cable, por favor, porque no hay tanta distancia, se puede tener menos libertad de movimiento.
Sí, sí, yo no me muevo. Ready?
Espera, voy a... Un segundo. Pongo el GIF directamente. Y lo cuentas. Bueno, cuéntalo primero, haz la introducción y ya pongo el GIF. Venga.
So Pascual and I, we are going to present you a project that is called Digital Autonomy Catalog. And basically, it's a list of tools and initiatives to help people and organizations to build his digital infrastructure. Having in mind that the digital infrastructure must be free, built with free tools, free software. So here you can see the list. For now, by the moment, is an spreadsheet. So it's a very alpha version, and you can maybe
Put the GIF.
yeah. And we have made a little GIF to show how to use the list, the spreadsheet, to filter and to choose the good tool for you, for your needs. So the approach is simple. For us, it's very important to the end of the tool. So we have organized of the tools into action. We have tools to communicate, to document, to access to the information, to visualize, to produce. So if you need a tool to communicate, you can filter with this action, and you can choose after that. And also, the list is divided into tools, free software tools, and instance of these tools. An instance is an installation of the tool already you can use it directly. You don't have to install it. And maybe we can show you
The mock-up.
yeah, a mock-up we have done of the interface, because for the moment it's a list in a spreadsheet, but we want that to develop a website with a better interface that helps you to choose the right tool. So in the beginning of this website, you will have two options. You can choose between tools and initiatives, and then
You can choose tools.
yeah, if you choose tools, you can choose between all the actions you have in the list. If you choose, for example, communicate, you are going to have a list of tools to communicate with. Basically, it's very easy. After that, you are going to have a list with several information. For us, it's very important, for example, the technical information, but also the governance behind the tool. For example, it's not the same an open source tool with an enterprise behind or with a community, social community behind. I don't know if you want to add something.
Or maybe just the idea to present this project today is that we are developing the project right now. By now, we just have the sprint test with the sprint set with the list of the tools. We are going to start to develop the website, but we need also to keep working on the list. So the project is open, and if anyone is interested in work on this, we're open to open the project for him or for her. So
by the moment we are Pascual, another maybe you know Jorge Toledo and myself, and we have a Telegram and very simple channel to communicate, our Telegram channel. So maybe you can put the link.
Pero no sé dónde tiene. Bueno, aquí.
Yeah, the channel is called Digital Autonomy, and
It's here, but you can see it. But
yeah, it's not.
if you're interested, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we have Julie with Place de Fête in Paris, and after that we will have time for questions and the debate. Julie?
Yes.
Désolé pour mes élèves, excellence.
Huele delicioso, ¿no? Huele delicioso.
María, ¿sabes que David Sainz hacía un curso sobre David Sainz? Y precisamente en este sábado un taller sobre contenido web.
Sí.
Estoy pensando pero son 50 horarios, ¿sabes? Tío, ese era un...
Okay, again, I'm going to talk about a project that we, it's a collaborative work site we've made with other French wiser last summer in Paris, in Place des Fêtes, which is a square in Paris. First of all, I will talk about a bit of about the context of this project, then what we were asked to do, what we've done, and what was unexpected. So first of all, this project is part of a bigger strategy of the City Hall of Paris, it's the name of the policy, public policy is Réinventons nos places, which means reinvent our squares. And it's the idea is to for 7 squares in Paris to change it in an economical way, without building big things, but more doing like small intervention, economical intervention. So yes, it's what we can call tactical urbanism. So yeah, the square where we act last summer is Place des Fêtes, which is the image on the top. You cannot really see it, but it's a very special square in Paris because it's built of tower, like this kind of towers. It's a high building for Paris, it was built in the 90s, and all the furniture, the public furniture there are very postmodernist, strange architecturally speaking. I mean, it's not really used. It's made of symbol more than usable spaces. So this is for the context. What we were asked to do is something a bit quite simple, which is help to organize a work site of furnitures, gardening, and also graphic on a pavement paintings to helping an architectural practice there, which name is 14, who draw or design the furniture and this stuff. But this is the graphic of the paintings on the these big sticks. So next. So what we were asked to do is more helping supporting this design and helping the architects. What we really have done, I think, is building an ephemeral community of participants, which were very different. There was a lot of different topics because we work with inhabitants, volunteers, and also refugees, which were in a center, an hosting center next to the place. And we build, we make we use tools like you for sure used to, like creating a WhatsApp group, being helpful, taking. We also made we documented a lot our work, taking videos, making a diary of the work site's moment. It was during 1 week, and this is me saying to a refugee to work, not to look at the camera. But yeah.
Very bossy.
And at the end, what we've done, I think, what we didn't expect to do was to change the perception of that the inhabitants have of their own square, I would say. Working with these refugees and doing this with joy and making a celebration, make them see the place where they were just passing all day normally differently. And we really had some feedback of the inhabitants saying to us, well, like it has been strange for us to see refugees working on our public spaces, and without us, like themselves didn't work on their own public spaces, but the refugees that did. So yeah, that's it. It was a cool project.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, we have finished with the presentations. Now the dinner is already coming. We'll have it there. And while we have it, we can start the debate. I don't know if you have already questions for some of the projects we already had today, or a proposal for the debate. I don't know if some of you wants to start. Okay, Pascual has one.
I have a question.
Okay, Pascual, Joana. Una cosa, ¿podemos ver eso ahí? Okay, Pascual, then first Pascual.
For the last project, what happened after your intervention? Plus the pet.
It was a part of a bigger strategy. It's phase one. Okay, sorry. So yeah, it's a phase one. But we don't know yet when the phase two will arrive, because this is the city hall of Paris and the budget, and well, this is classical. But what happens is like for after right after our intervention is that the WhatsApp group stay alive, and like the children, most of them send photos of their work to others. It was still cool, and the furniture stay on the square, as I know.
Collaborations.
And
With the refugees.
yeah.
Can you come here?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. No, but I think that Julie was answering what happened on the square itself, but we could also talk about what happened with the people that met on the square, because there were some projects that started on the conversation on the square during the workshop. So it was quite interesting because, for example, there were some refugees cooking for the neighborhood, the Sudanese and from Eritrea. Then they did like the Sudanese cook, the Eritrean cook.
I almost put the
Yeah,
images.
yeah. So they organized some parties, some events, and this was thanks to the network that was created. And yes, so you can finish, Julie.
Yeah, no, it's after, I think it's just created, yeah, a lot of probably projects we don't even know, but like an energy pool, and also like the association of the square, the mod. There was two main, like one about made by organized by mothers of the square, and the other one organized by the young girl who continue to come in the square, like making events after that, as they were doing before, as they say to us, like they did it before, and it stopped, and the work site experience helped to redevelop a bit this.
Anyone else?
I had a question.
Okay.
But please talk a little bit loud and in that direction, then all of us can hear.
Okay, I will try. So I have a question for Alfonso and Pascual, because 2 months ago I was in a hackathon workshop, whatever, and there was a conversation about open source, and there were three girls and guys that did a huge list of tools that I still have with me.
Okay.
But I thought that maybe I could put in contact with. Yeah, just because I just wanted to ask in front of others. Maybe others have the same thing. So,
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the best question for us. Yeah, of course, we have made our own list, but it's not the only one. I mean, there is a lot of more kind of lists like this, and if we can join efforts, it's perfect. So, yeah.
Okay.
And I have a comment in this sense. You said that there are already other projects, other lists like this, and sometimes I'm worried with the open projects that when you see that there are many open projects not connected, all of them, and I wonder how can we try to merge forces, no, in this sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's a critic I have also for CivicWise itself.
Yeah.
No, we are talking about the multi-belonging thing, but sometimes.
But for us, for example, it was a discussion that we had. I mean, discussing that maybe there are some people, some other people that they are doing the same thing. So what's the meaning of what we are doing? But at the end, we understand that it has a meaning for ourselves because trying to make this list is also like define your own work. So it's trying to understand yourself how you understand, for example, in this case, tools for collaboration. So trying to make this taxonomy, how to organize tools for collaboration, is also a way to understand how you understand collaboration. So for us, it doesn't matter if there is another people making the same, because it has a meaning for us, at least for us. This was like an inner exercise to understand ourselves. So,
You mean that it's not like a goal, but it's something that happens during the process itself that makes us improve the way we work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And to complement as Pascual said, we are learning and at the same time, and also we put, for us it's very important, the governance aspect. And in the other, in other catalog that we have seen, we haven't found this governance part, approach.
Okay, Julia has a question over there. If you want.
No, it's just like the idea of the DG autonomy. Is it possible for CivicWise to test it in the kind of like as a first project that we stop using Hangouts and Google and all this stuff on Slack, and then the first transformation we have is according to your project?
It's a very good idea. And tomorrow we have a Civic Tech workshop. The last part of the workshop is that we are going to test the catalog and we want to apply to CivicWise.
Hacking CivicWise, no?
For that, I think it's interesting. I'm going to answer with another question. I think it's interesting to think about the question that Jorge made in his article is, could we develop an open source way to do working with private source software? So can we develop, for example, CivicWise using Google Drive and Hangout, and which is not open source software? So this conflict is also, I don't know have an answer, but we need to think of, because also, for example, inside this project, we have a lot of discussion. I mean, we are trying to make digital autonomy, and we're using a split set for the list. So and now we have to move this list to an open source way. So right now we have like not coherent alpha version of the project that we need to develop, but sometimes you need also to make it quick and fast. You need to understand how to make the balance between these two, so it's complicated.
Yeah. I don't know if you have heard about the project Commons Cloud. It is a project, and there's people from Barcelona, at least that I know, the Free Knowledge Institute, and they are with Goteo, I think they are also involved, and they are precisely doing so developing a Commons office where all the tools are in this spirit. So I think that it would be a good idea if CivicWise would get involved in it's an open project, and it's perfectly in sync with what you are talking about. So this work could fit in to that, and as an organization to be as guinea pig of actually applying to ourselves, as Julia said, not only talk the talk but walk the walk, and change the tools that we work.
The problem is, what do you do? What do you do in this between time? That they are developing this, they are prototyping this, but we need to develop right now, for example, CivicWise. So we are using Google Hangouts and Google Drive. So this is the conflict that you need to like. It's an internal conflict, but also a collective conflict. I don't know. And this is the important or interesting discussion.
¿Tienes respuesta?
Sí.
¿Querías decir algo?
No, I think there are many now. Every time I've had a call with somebody, they bring up something new that I don't know. I don't have that app, or I don't know. Some don't need. You don't need to download anything. You just connect. But I can't even remember. But I've tried 5, 6. Okay, where's this? I don't know. You just need to answer the call. So I think there are many. Yeah. So using Hangout, for example, is not absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
So there are many that we may be not familiar with them, and we keep using what we used to.
No. There is any answer or any question to this? Does anyone want to say something? Okay. Are you feeling hungry?
I think the food is calling.
Okay. Because maybe if the debate is, maybe we can close because the time is already.
We can continue the debate.
Yeah, we will continue the debate. I think it's a bit cold also then. Thank you very much. We will have the next session on Friday at 7:30, I think.
Yes.
In Tenerife this time at Equipo Para Space. Okay, at Equipo Para Space. And yeah, I hope to see you there. Thank you very much. Creo que hacía mucho frío aquí, ¿eh?